back to Morning Coffee. I am Mark Cook, and you are on the Radio Vision Network. And I'm excited right now because I have one of the most fantastic charities in the nation sitting right to my right. She is the head of this charity. Her name is Judith. Harr Shane. And I apologize about that. There's a little bit of like a flash there, and I was looking to make sure that I was going to get it right. But welcome, Judy. Thank you for coming in this morning.
Thank you very much for having us.
You're quite welcome. Now, your charity is the Joshua Harr Shane Foundation.
Yes.
And this was your son that was taken a little prematurely. It was taken too early from us. But he was an amazing young man, and his mission was to kind of give back to everyone around him, and he had this dream of becoming a doctor to really impact and help lives. And what you've done is to honor him by creating this foundation and fulfilling that mission for him.
That was our goal. That was our goal, was to do whatever we thought Joshua would have liked to have done if he were still able to do it. When we first started, did we know we would do and be involved in so many things? No. Originally, we started out working with special needs children, and from there we went to working with the military, and now we have many other programs. We do scholarships, we do gifts at holidays. We have a program that helps put a smile on someone's face for children who don't normally receive holiday and birthday gifts. Somebody will bring it to our attention, and we'll get them something to make their day special.
Yeah, the work that the foundation does is amazing, because it's all of the stuff behind the scenes that needs to get taken care of, but it's the stuff that doesn't get the big fanfare and a lot of attention. Like a family devastated by tragedy, you'll go in and you'll help them pay their mortgage payment. But it's not a big deal where you make a big check and you hand them the big check. No. You go and pay the mortgage company directly. You go, it's quiet. It's hey, you need this help. We're going to help you, and it's not about us. It's just about the help and the feeling of love that gets distributed. And those are the type of things that I think makes the foundation very special, because we hear all the time when people do charity and all that stuff, they like to draw attention to it because it's good public relations. And what I like how you position the foundation is that it's not about public relations. It's not about, yes, we want to grow and you need to donate money or volunteer and all that stuff. Look, they're a charity like everybody else, but the way you approach it and the way you do it, I think, is so much more special because there's something behind it. And I want you to talk a little bit about the military and the work that you guys do with the military, because again, very understated, very under the radar, but so very important.
Well, I am not from military family, and so I didn't have that much experience with the military growing up or as an adult. After 9/11, I was listening to a radio station, and on it was a mother who was speaking about a phone card her son had borrowed. Someone had loaned him so he could call home, and he was going on a mission that weekend, and he was very apprehensive. He couldn't give her too much information, but he didn't return from that mission. And at that time, it just hit me, oh my goodness, I never thought, how do you call home? I just figured they could call home.
Right.
So what we did was we said, this can't be. We set up an account with MCI, because we did try to do it through different channels, but I could not justify $25 for a phone card when 3/4 of that or half of that went to salaries.
Right.
And the remainder went to the phone cards. So we started with the phone cards, and at that time it was very difficult to get things overseas. So we finally had a contact at Fort Dix, and they were the distributor of the phone cards for us, and we did over, I think, like maybe over 5,000 that we would distribute to them, and that they would distribute in turn to the troops. Thereafter, and years past, we send them overseas to people when we're shipping packages. We put them in, and what care packages, and if people, the people that we're shipping to have accepted the position to distribute throughout their base, because we want to make sure nothing's sold. We also have sent them, well, basically right now that's how they're going. They're going through overseas through the packages that we see.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing because what you talked about was the last phone call. You talked about a soldier out there, you know, defending America, defending freedom, fighting in this war, and that simple phone call ended up being more important than anybody could have possibly realized at the time. It's just kind of how we are in life, right? We're always kind of moving. And what those phone cards do is give that opportunity for those soldiers to make those phone calls. And as you mentioned, that soldier had to borrow a phone card,
From
right?
somebody else, yes.
He didn't have one, and that's part of like your mission and what you were trying to do was to make sure that he didn't have to borrow somebody's minutes, that he had his own minutes to be able to call. And I just think that is such a special and amazing thing.
We want the troops to stay connected with their families. We felt that was really important, and to this day, every time I think of that phone call, I'm touched. Unfortunately, I don't know who the woman was. I didn't hear who she was during the interview. We also, over the years, have sent the military to different, we usually work with Joint Base McGuire, Fort Dix, and Lakehurst, and we've sent them to area events at Trenton Thunder and at Sun Center so that they can make memories with their families since most of them are going to be deployed.
Right.
We also have started a new program, Expect the Unexpected, from the Joshua Harr Shane Foundation, where we go to Columbus Flea Market, and inside where they have the food courts, basically, we distribute $5 coupons to each military member that passes through.
That is awesome.
And we will be there this Friday.
This Friday?
Yes, Friday.
Wait, what day is that? That's September 30th?
Yes.
Right?
Yes, the 30th.
September 30th, Columbus Flea Market. All military out there, get a $5 coupon off your lunch, courtesy of the Joshua Harr Shane Foundation. And the website is joshuaharshane.org. And you can get all of the information about their events, about the charity, about what they do, all on the website there. It's joshuaharshane.org. Open up another tab right now. You're on the internet, right? Open up another tab, put it in that little address bar there, joshuaharshane.org, and check it out. Because we've got a lot more to talk about, but the website there really gives a really good breakdown on what you guys do. You're a 501c3 charity. All of the tax ID and the information is all there for everybody to see right there, so that you know that your donation is a tax write-off and all of those things. You also can do this really cool thing. Everybody shops on Amazon, right? You can go to Amazon Smile, which I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of, right? It's basically a charity that you attach to your shopping cart, and they get a little bit of a donation based on what you buy. Well, the Joshua Harr Shane Foundation is one of those Amazon Smile participants.
Yes.
So, look, again, you're buying stuff off Amazon anyway. If you don't have it connected to a charity, it's so easy to do, and it doesn't change anything.
No, it doesn't cost anything.
It doesn't cost anything, and it doesn't change your shopping experience at all. All it does is make sure that they get a few dollars off your order. It's just the easiest way to kind of give back.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
And it's a nice thing that if you want to check them out on Facebook and all of the social media, you've got great presence, because you've been doing this for a few years now, and this has grown into quite an amazing, it's a foundation. It's not just a charity. It's truly the highest value mission I think that you could possibly come up with.
It's
I
amazing.
think you know what I'm trying to say, but
It's amazing.
This is crazy, folks. I'm having a hard time getting the words to come out. This very rarely happens.
It's amazing. It's truly amazing. I enjoy everything that I do every day that I work for that we do the work for the organization. It's not work. It's part of my life. I have made so many truly wonderful people doing this that I would have never had the opportunity to come in contact with. And at the same time, I keep my son right next to me all the time, where he's exactly where he belongs.
That's right.
So
It's so special, and it's like a way. it's a way that 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 the impact is really, I think, you're touching so many lives, and I think that that's the thing that jumps out to me, and it's this like, it's just such a simple, understated way. I mentioned to Judy before she came on that I looked at the website and I tried to find out as much information. I Googled. I was looking at news articles. I went back into the past. I did a lot of stuff. I tried to really get a good understanding of it. And what I liked about it was that it wasn't look at me, look at me, look at me. It was, hey, we're doing this. It's just, this is what we're doing, and why we're doing it is a good, pure, good reason. Good, pure, good. But it is. And it's very, I keep saying the same words, good and special and all of these things. It has to be amazing to impact so many lives directly.
I think everybody wants to touch everybody's lives that way, in the same way. And what I find a lot of times is people just don't know, okay?
Right.
Until something hits
Happens,
you in
right.
a certain way, you don't know what you're going to do. And you don't, just for example, the phone cards. I mean, I think to myself, how foolish. I never thought about how people call home. But once I thought about it, I knew you had to make a difference. And I think once people realize that, they too want to make a difference.
Yeah.
And I mean, we have a tremendous amount of people that support our organization and are there for us and for the organization all the time. And it's really, really nice. I mean, I would never trade anything. I would trade one thing. I have to tell you,
Yeah.
I would. It is the worst thing in the world that can ever happen to anybody. I don't care how it happens, and it never goes away. It's just something that stays with you and changes your life forever. But when I think about the organization and how many things we've been able to do in Joshua's name, and I hear people say his name, that's what's important to me.
Yeah.
And now we have these 2 new rooms coming up. We have one that was opened in January, the Joshua Harr Shane Patient Rehabilitation Room for physical therapy. That was opened in January at Robert Wood Johnson Hamilton Hospital. And on October 14th at 2, we'll be opening up the Joshua Harr Shane Stroke Gym. So for my son, those are pretty cool because he'll be able to touch everyone who walks through their doors.
Yeah, and they're all they get to read his name, and the legacy lives on. It's so special. It really is. It's an amazing thing, and I'm up against a break, but when we come back, I want to talk a little bit more about that. I want to talk about why it's so amazing and important that we're naming these rooms and the places at Robert Wood Johnson for the foundation. So I got to take a quick break here on Morning Coffee. But trust me, it's quick. Look, all my breaks are quick, right? So stick through it, and we will be right back on the Radio Vision Network.
Today's show is sponsored by Hargrove Demolition, your demolition experts. Hargrove is a family-owned and operated business right here in the southern New Jersey area, bringing you 45 years of demolition expertise. Hargrove has all your demolition needs, from emergency demolition service to demolition equipment rental. Hargrove is one of the state-approved recycling facilities right here in the southern New Jersey area. No job is too big or too small for Hargrove Demolition. Contact them today at one of their 3 locations.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
If you haven't been to Speed Raceway, what are you waiting for? You want to live fast? You want to make every second count? Then grab the family. Round up the guys. Speed Raceway is 100,000 square feet of excitement, whether you're a kid or a kid at heart. Speed Raceway is the place for endless fun all summer long. Log on to speedraceway.com or just get here now.
When we make Beyond Natural dry dog and cat foods, we start with real meat as the first ingredient. We leave out corn, wheat, and soy. And we own where our dry food is made. 100%. Can other brands say all that? For nutrition you can trust and your pet will enjoy. Does your food go beyond? Learn more at purinabeyond.com.
Extra Innings is the nation's premier indoor baseball and softball training center, featuring indoor batting cages, 7 multi-use tunnels, and training rooms. Extra Innings can provide professional instruction, private and group lessons, and the best year-round clinics. Along with a nationally recognized pro shop that features the latest and widest selection of equipment and apparel, our experienced staff can provide you with the right instruction and help you find the best equipment for your ability and budget. Extra Innings, where the game never ends.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Welcome back to Morning Coffee on the Radio Vision Network. I am Mark Cook. And did I say this is Morning Coffee? I think I did. That break was so quick, right? I told you it was going to be quick, and we're back. We're talking to Judy. Before the break, we were kind of talking about some of the things that are coming up. I'm sorry. I'm talking to Judith Harr from the Joshua Harr Foundation. Like, we're old friends now. I'm just like, I'm just talking to Judy here, and right. But I am a professional. I swear. I will get this back on track. But we were talking before in the first segment that one of the things that people are a little unsure of is how they can help. Like, what everybody knows that everybody, all charities, all foundations, they need money. Monetary donations are always accepted, and your dollars go a really long way. But we were talking a little bit how people want to get involved and they want to help. They may not necessarily have, a lot of extra money to give, but maybe they have some time. Maybe they have some talent. Maybe they have something else that they can give and feel good about being involved in the foundation. So how do I get those people involved? What do I do?
Basically, people can come to our website and email us through the website if they're able to help. We have opportunities for all kinds of help. We need help at events. We need help preparing for events. We need help with social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We have someone now who has volunteered to do our website, which is about our 4th or 5th person who has volunteered to redo it over the years since we first began. Everything we do is volunteer. Nobody is ever paid. Our overhead is exceptionally low. It's between 2 and 3%. We pay no rent, no insurance, no travel, no phone. So basically,
because it's about giving back. It's not about that stuff. And look, you made a call, guys. I know there is somebody out there that can help the social media cause for the Joshua Harr Foundation. I know it. I know there's somebody out there that in their spare time would be able to help you guys out immensely. So all you have to do is go to joshuaharshane.org and go to the contact page and get in touch. Help them out. You're going to be doing something great for a really great cause. Now, you mentioned those events. The events, you guys do so many great events, and this is exciting. Basically, got a few really cool ones coming up.
Yes.
So
we have the dedication of the Joshua Harr Stroke Gym at Robert Wood Johnson on October 14th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Everyone is welcome. We have on Saturday the 15th our medium night. It's the Jerry benefit.
Medium night.
It is absolutely amazing. It's probably going to be the 6th or 7th one that we've had.
Okay.
It's amazing what comes out. I mean, we've actually had the same medium each time, and this time we are using someone different. The original intent of the program was to try different mediums, and the opportunity didn't really arise until now. And the medium that we have just did a tarot card reading, which everybody was really very excited over. So we're all looking forward to seeing her, and you never know what you're going to find out. It's amazing. It's
such a different type of event, right? Like, everybody does the same stuff, and that's why I like you guys, because you do different things. Medium night, like, that is so fun. What a great great night. I'm sure you guys go. You've got food, you've got drinks, you've got music, and then you can bring a picture of your loved one,
You can
right?
bring a picture, a photo if you like, and it's $60 a person. We ask that you sign up ahead.
Yeah.
It's a full dinner. It's a buffet dinner. It's at the Cranberry Golf Club, which has the Bog Restaurant.
It's beautiful.
Which they do a wonderful
Yeah.
job. They have been part of the Joshua Harr Shane Foundation since our beginning.
That's
we
awesome.
started originally with our golf outing there, and then we
Yeah,
grew.
I'm sorry. The golf outing is huge. The golf outing is a really big deal. We can talk about that in a second, but I didn't want to forget because I know that that's a big deal.
That's right. But the medium night is really interesting. There's nothing that's brought out that shouldn't be publicized, so you don't have to worry about anything coming out that you don't want someone to hear. I mean, there was one time where she looked at somebody and she said, "Someone in your family in jail?" And that's exactly what the person did.
No.
And they said, "You don't want to talk about it, right?" And she doesn't go any further.
Right.
But there was another woman where she said, "Was somebody in your family killed in a house fire?" And then she asked other questions, and it turns out that her mother and father had been killed in a house fire.
How do they know this stuff? It's so weird.
Well, I will tell you, recently I had the opportunity of getting a phone call from somebody that I haven't seen in over 17 years, possibly longer. She was a daughter of a neighbor of mine.
Okay.
She now lives in Florida. Her husband had given her a medium for her birthday, a certificate.
Like a
to
reading,
medium,
okay.
A reading, right. And she went, and one of the things that came out, and she had to deliver this message to me. Keep in mind, I have had no contact with her. She was about a year younger than Joshua. They went to school together. She said that there was a young man, very handsome, early 20s. Josh was 18 and a half at the time, so close enough, who has a message that he needs to deliver to his family. He was in a car accident, and he wants them to know that he's okay and that he sends love and healing, that he knows that every day we try to honor him, which I found amazing, and he knows how it's been very difficult for his mother as well as the rest of his family, but especially his mom. And he also knows about October, and this was in August. As soon as she told me, I knew exactly. He knew exactly about the room. And to take it one step further, when the medium was there for the tarot card reading, I said to her, "What else do you know about this?" And she said to me, "Of course he knows. He's got a huge smile on his face," and he said to me, "I'm famous now. I'm famous now." And that is exactly what my son would say. She didn't even have time to think. So
I'm very, very rarely at a loss for words. Very rarely. And I'm at a point right now where I don't know whether to laugh or cry or what, because that is just unbelievable.
It's amazing. I mean,
That
she
is
could have said any
unbelievable.
month. She could have said any month.
She could have, honestly. There's too much of a connection there. This girl that you haven't talked to in 20 years, since the 90s, for goodness sake. I mean, just to have that... wow. I mean, that really is... It's something else. It's the sort of thing that makes you know that everyone... he's here. He's with us.
Exactly.
He's right here with us, and it's unbelievable. You caught me off guard, Judy. This is
Well, maybe we'll
tough.
see you at our medium night.
Yeah, you might now. Really, come on now. But I have a few pictures that we wanted to show, so let's put them up and talk about them. I need to do something here now. Here's a picture of Josh. What he was a good-looking young man, and part of Josh he was multi-talented, right? I mean, he was a good-looking kid, but he was a good athlete. He was a good student. He was a good brother, good friend, good son, good everything. And part of what he wanted to do with his life was at a very young age. Look at that young man. He knew that he wanted to be a doctor, and he didn't want to become a doctor for money. He wanted to become a doctor because he wanted to help people every single day. And I think that it's worth telling the story, because I read the story when I was kind of learning about Josh and the foundation, that, it was a very special movie that kind of propelled his love. It was Patch Adams, and a lot of people remember Patch Adams. Robin Williams was this doctor that really kind of got it and showed you a different a way that medicine can be kind of a bigger than life type thing for these physicians. And Josh saw that very simple movie after an hour and a half and decided that's what I want to do. And that's Mom, that's going to be me.
Right. He probably watched it about 100 times.
Well, but look, what a great movie to watch 100 times,
Yes.
right? And that was at a time where he could have picked a very different movie to watch 100 times, and I'll say that maybe I did. Maybe I picked the wrong movies, because I think that we might be just a few years apart there. I think that he was right around just a couple years apart, but I think it's amazing. So throw up that next picture, and this is one of the golf events, and wow, we could use the hashtag on Twitter, Josh Lives. That's awesome. What a nice, simple, clean, easy hashtag. If you're out on Twitter, just use the hashtag Josh Lives and tweet him something nice about the foundation. But look at that event. Look at that event. You got over 100 golfers there, at least. I can't see. The screen that I'm looking at it on is a little bit different probably than what you folks see out there at home. But I mean, this is a huge. This golf tournament has grown every year.
It has. It started originally. We started originally with probably about 120 to 150 golfers. Once we grew, and we used to have it, as I said, at Cranberry Golf Course. Now that we needed to go to 2 courses, we went. We switched to Mercer County Golf Course, which is really, really great. Jim Hines from Catering works with us and supports our organization, as well as Colleen did from Cranberry Golf Course. And now we are at one golf course. We do one golf course, and we have people for dinner who do not play golf. If you're not a golfer, you can still attend golf.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty big event.
Yeah, that's cool. You know that your event is something when they kind of build it that way.
We try to make it something for everybody.
Well, I worked at a golf course for a long time when I was a younger man, so I know kind of how those tournaments go and how those things work. That if they don't see the benefit of adding the dinner-only ticket, they don't. And there's value to it. And that means that you guys have enough people that come just for dinner, just to be involved, just to donate, just to be a part of the foundation. And if that's not the cutest picture I've ever seen, like, look at that smile. It's just...
Actually, Josh was on a school bus with a friend of his, and his friend sent me this picture, and we use that picture every time we do something to help someone on Facebook.
Well, it just encapsulates so much, and that very simple...
One of my favorites.
Yeah, it's such a cute picture. I mean, it's so expressive. His face was so expressive. You could see it in his eyes. It was just... what an amazing young man, and I think that it's just so amazing that the foundation, he lives on, and he gets to continue to touch the lives that he wanted to touch, while he was here. It's just so special. Is there another picture? There we go. Talking about helping the troops in the military. There it is right there in visual confirmation.
Yes, well, that's my daughter Jessica, and that was our first event that we did at Columbus Flea Market, giving out the $5 gift certificates towards lunch to the military.
Yeah, and just in case you missed it, folks, they're going to be out there on Friday, this coming Friday, September 30th, at the Columbus Flea Market, doing the same thing, handing out the $5 coupons to our military servicemen and women that look, just go, grab a coupon and get some lunch. It's a very nice, I'll say simple way that you guys give back to the military, and I know that it goes a really, really long way because...
It does, and it's something to make, we feel special doing it, and makes them feel that somebody cares, I think, because after all, look what they're doing for all of us.
Yeah, and there's so much politics, and people want to talk about this and that, and unfortunately, a lot of times our soldiers get caught kind of in the middle of all that. And it's not really fair because, again, they're either trying to do their job or serve their country or whatever their motivation is. They're not necessarily looking to be under so much scrutiny and all this stuff. They're people too, and I think that everybody forgets that have the same thoughts, feelings, emotions, and all that stuff. And a simple gesture of getting a $5 coupon for lunch. You know, people out there, some cynical guy, who I'm sure is sitting out there, is like, oh, $5 coupon, you know, what's that? Well, no, it's actually a big deal, and it means a lot to them. It means a lot to you to be able to do it. It's all about lifting and raising and spirits, raising. I like to refer to it as raising the game.
Right.
We're just raising everything up and doing great work. It's awesome. This was a little. This is a quote from you. It looks like, right?
Yes.
I want to brighten someone's day and put a smile on someone's face. I love doing what I do, and every time I do it, it keeps my son right next to me. I love being able to say his name every day. That's beautiful. That's really nice. Just nice way to kind of put it all together.
Thank you. That is the whole goal of the Joshua Harr Foundation.
That's a mission statement.
Mm-hmm. Basically, no one ever receives any money. Everything that we do, what's unique about our foundation is we go directly to the individual.
Right.
Do we support 501c? Yes, we
Of
have
course.
a big campaign during Hurricane Sandy that we supported the Jersey Shore. Every 2 weeks, up to $5,000 grants were given to nonprofits. That was done with a really great group of people. And we also, at the same time, the Joshua Harr Foundation also helped individuals repair their lives, help them with items for their homes, clothing. We worked with the American Legion, the local American Legion, and we distributed. We purchased all the items, but every week they were driving to the shore with cleaning supplies and whatever was needed to help repair the shore.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I want to make sure, because you mentioned something, and I don't want people to get the wrong idea. You said we don't take any money. Well, you mean the people that work for the foundation, yourself and the,
right. No one is ever
the
paid.
volunteers. You can donate. They will take your money. They will take your money and then redistribute it out, right? I just wanted to make sure when you said that, like, we don't take money, like, no. Your donations, they will take. They're just not going into your pocket.
No. And almost, as I said, our overhead is extremely low, so almost your entire donation will go to a cause.
Yeah, and one of the things that I mentioned in the first segment that I want to mention again is that they do the behind-the-scenes stuff without all of the big fanfare. So when a tragedy hits a family or a child gets sick or whatever the case may be, because it's not limited. You guys don't like exclude anyone, right? Like it's all encompassing. So if there's a need, they'll go in and they'll do things like pay the electricity bill or pay the mortgage payment, but they'll do it in a way that's very quiet and it's not embarrassing for the family, and it's to help and to raise and to just support people in times of need.
Make their life a little easier. I'm a very private person, okay? I have, if you look in my records, the name of everybody we've helped. I don't believe in putting anything on the website or unless we have permission, because we have, of course, used a couple stories in booklets that we do each year. But basically, we do not use names. And no, if anyone needs more information, I will be glad to provide it. But I believe that that's very private for that individual family that we're helping.
Yeah.
Because once we check out the family and get the reports from the doctors or the proper authorities that say, yes, in fact, this is somebody we can help, we will ask them what they need. And people need all different things. We had a young man who needed clothing. He had been homeschooled. He had a difficult problem that required surgery, and he was unable to go to school. And when he went back to school, he needed clothing. We felt that we took him shopping to Kohl's. We do work with Kohl's, and we took him, I think, 2 or 3 times to Kohl's, and we wanted him to buy clothing for high school.
Right.
Now, personally, I don't think that you have to be like everybody else. But when you are so different from in the rest of the world, it's very important that sometimes you feel that you fit in. There's a big difference between that and being a follower.
Yes.
Because I don't believe in anyone being a follower.
Right. And I don't often hear people being able to explain that eloquently. That's important. There's a big difference there from feeling included and feeling involved and just going along with the pack. It's a very different thing. We're talking about a young man that probably already feels isolated enough because of what he's gone through in his life. So to be in clothing that is going to draw attention to that isn't going to be the necessarily the best thing.
No,
for this kid.
the clothing was just to make him basically feel part of the rest of the world.
Yeah.
He's a great kid, great. And we also purchased him a computer because he had many more surgeries to go through, and we wanted him to be able to keep in contact with his peers, his teachers, in and out of school.
That's awesome.
We pay for transportation. Things that you don't really necessarily think about, but we have, I mean, I'll just use an example. We had we've done this for several families. Woman, her son had an inoperable brain tumor. She had to go once a week for therapy, for chemotherapy for a year. And we bought him an iPad, so that he could have something to fill his time with while he was there, play games. We also gave her gift cards to load educational materials on it so that he could use it. We paid for his transportation back and forth, and we also supplied holiday gifts. And one of the great things I think that we did was he had never been to a baseball game, and we sent him to a Trenton Thunder game where he got to throw in the game ball.
Oh, awesome.
And now, a year later, or a year and a half later, I believe it was last spring, I said to her, when he's feeling better, we want him to go back to a Trenton Thunder game and do the exact same thing, feeling good.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know, for a child, that's really important.
It's huge.
Really important.
It's amazing, and that's why I think the Joshua Harr Foundation is so special, because it's all very under the radar. It's very low key. It's not look at me, look at me, look at me. It's just let's get this done. Let's do the right thing, and it's just so awesome. I gotta take another quick break. This goes so fast. I know.
No
it's
problem.
like it's crazy.
This is great.
Yeah, I gotta take another real quick one. So stick right there, and we'll be right back on Morning Coffee on the Radio Vision Network.
Sub some sizzle. This is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Simply Gents, located in Marlton, New Jersey, takes care of all your grooming needs, including haircuts, straight razor shaves, massages, facials, manicures, pedicures, and waxing. To find more information or book an appointment, visit us online at www.simplygents.com. The secret weapon of a well-groomed man, Simply Gents.
If you haven't been to Speed Raceway, what are you waiting for? You want to live fast? You want to make every second count? Then grab the family. Round up the guys. Speed Raceway is 100,000 square feet of excitement, whether you're a kid or a kid at heart. Speed Raceway is the place for endless fun all summer long. Log on to speedraceway.com or just get here now.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to make a really great sub, this is what we do. It's what we've been doing. It's what we've always done. It's what we'll always do. So what are you doing? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Today's show was brought to you by Alicia Kelly of White Horse RV Center in Williamstown, New Jersey. Alicia is your RV expert. Contact Alicia at whitehorserv.com or give her a call at 856-262-1717, extension 203. When you think of RV, think Alicia Kelly.
Today's show has been sponsored by Farmers Insurance in Voorhees, New Jersey. To protect your assets and the people you love, call Mike Skoranek, your local Farmers Insurance agent, at 856-336-2553.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, dum, bum, 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 bum.
or to that adult.
Welcome back to Morning Coffee on the Radio Vision Network. I am Mark Cook, and we are talking to Judith Harr from the Joshua Harr Foundation. And Judy, we were talking a second ago off camera about I have to talk about this because this is amazing. So everybody knows out there that Boston Children's is the best children's hospital in the country. We love CHOP here in Philadelphia. I love you, CHOP. You know that. And there's plenty of great children's hospitals, but U.S. News ranks Boston Children's #1 all of the time, and a lot of different things. So one of the things that the foundation is doing is helping a very young child that is there in Boston that had to get relocated there because of the services that they provide. How's the foundation involved?
Well, the mother reached out to our organization. We have probably helped 2 to 4, I don't know exactly right now, other children who have been at Boston Children's Hospital with genetic heart issues. She found out at 28 weeks that when she was pregnant, that her daughter had a genetic heart issue as well as a lung issue, and they had to relocate in Boston, which is extremely expensive. She and her husband are both police officers. This is their first-time parents. They already have their everyday commitments, their home that they pay on, their car.
Right.
All their payments are set up.
Right.
Now she has to relocate to Boston, which is extremely expensive. We paid 50% of her first month's rent, which was an apartment that she was able to rent. And she was very fortunate because she got into the Longwood Apartments, which are located right near the hospital, at $50 a night. And we have been paying for that. We have paid for the first 40 days for them to stay there. Her child is doing much better. She's still very, very ill. During the first week of life, she had, I believe, 7 surgeries, which is amazing to me. It is amazing what medicine can do.
That's tough.
And she was just sent now to the next step where she has to learn to eat. So we are trying to collect money for them to help the family. If anybody would like to donate, they just need to put Baby Piper on the memo if it's a check, or if you pay online, it'll give you a spot where you put Baby Piper, and 100% of that money goes to help Baby Piper.
Yeah, and that's a really cool thing to mention, that when you have specific cases like Baby Piper, that if you donate by check or online, and you put the name in the memo or in the special box there, if you do it online, 100% of that money goes to that child. Yes. And that's important. That's important to know, because a lot of times people donate in names of people, right? And they want to make sure that they're giving $100 in Baby Piper's name. Well, that $100 goes to the charity, and the charity often distributes it however they want. A portion of it would go to Baby Piper. Your foundation is very different and very cool and very special that way.
Thank you.
100% of the dollars that get donated for that specific child go to that child. That's
Yes.
really cool.
Yes, we try to give people the opportunity, if it's a very difficult situation, to write a letter. We will sit down and help them. Short and sweet, send it out to everyone they know on their email list. They want a hard copy, they can, and asking for people to please help and send in a donation. And we have found that over the years that has worked really, really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a boy who is now 15 who came to us when he was about, I want to say 12 or 11. He was having a very difficult time in school. He was being bullied. He didn't fit in. He wasn't learning. His parents actually, I believe, put $20,000 on a credit card to send him to a special reading program in Morristown for the summer. And it was a very comprehensive program that taught him to read. And they recognized the fact that he needed a special fit.
He needed help, right?
And he is now in a special school. He came to us through Children's Hospital in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
We work with Dr. Sakai, who's a head of genetics there. And she had given us the information, and we paid the $4,000 for his first year of school, his first month of school, I'm sorry. And then through this writing of trying to get people to donate, we found a benefactor, a really wonderful, wonderful person who actually paid his tuition for the next 2.5 years.
Oh, that is fantastic. I
And-
love to hear stories like that. They're out there. You benefactors are out there. That's awesome.
And
Get
he-
involved.
Yeah, really. I mean, he was able to stay in the school. When I first met this child, he was quiet. He didn't speak. He was just withdrawn. I saw him the other day. He's terrific. He's outgoing.
Confidence.
And he did a top 10 list. He has friends for the first time.
That's great.
He has happy with his teachers. No one's making fun of him. He can read, and no one is making fun of the book that he's reading.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, I'm not saying public schools can't do it. I'm saying that they can't help everyone. And if they don't have a program for a specific issue, you have to reach out beyond that.
Right.
And sometimes it just takes the right fit for somebody to really flower and grow.
Well, there you go, folks. If you're looking for, if you're out of options, you're like at a loss, you don't know who can help you, maybe the foundation. Maybe the Joshua Harr Shane Foundation can help you. So here's what you need to do. I'm going to give you the website again. It's joshuaharshane.org. Now, we're kind of like up against the time here, but I want to mention a couple things before I throw it over to you and you give all of the information that you want. The first thing I want to talk about is that every year you guys do a huge St. Patrick's Day party. It's like the biggest, best party of the year. Now, everybody obviously already loves St. Patrick's Day, and you've captured an amazing party that goes on every year. And all of the information, again, is up on the website because, it sells out, so like people have to get involved.
It sells out immediately.
Very, very, very early. So go to the website again, joshuaharshane.org, and check it out. But this year, you may have an opportunity that you may not have had other years because you've been working with the same DJ company for a few years.
Yes, MDJ Entertainment has been absolutely unbelievable. They have supported us and donated their time every year to this event, and they are phenomenal.
And unfortunately, scheduling this year in 2017 is going to create a conflict.
Well,
so
he actually had to get a job just got a job with a different company, so he is not able to be there this year.
Right. So they need a DJ. Simple as that. If you're available on St. Patrick's if you're available on
March 18th. It's March 18th.
St. Patrick's Day, which is the 17th, but the March 18th is the
It's
party.
Saturday night at Mercer Oaks.
St. Patrick's Day on a Friday this year? Next year?
We always do the party on Saturday
Well,
night.
yeah, of course, the party.
The party it's always, St. Patrick's
Saturday
Day is
night.
always on the 17th.
Right.
But the party's always on a Saturday night. So we try to do the closest day.
All right, Judy just told me to go look at a calendar. But she said it in a nice way. But, okay. So, March 18th is the Joshua Harr Shane Foundation St. Patrick's Day party. March 18th, Saturday night, that is the day. And they're looking for a DJ. So if you've got the equipment and you've got the time and talent, you would be able to donate that to an amazing cause. Go to their website, joshuaharshane.org, and get all the information there. Shoot them an email. Look, I know there's a lot of DJs out there. You guys have the equipment. You guys have your iTunes and all of that stuff. You can have a great time. It's a great party that you get to be a part of. All you got to do is spin some tunes. It's not tough work, but I love it. I think that what you guys do is amazing. I think that everybody needs to be aware of you because you're so under the radar and you're so quiet about all of the great work that you do. That maybe it's going to take me to jump up on the table and scream for you a little bit and say, "Hey, look at these guys! Look what they're doing." But Judy, what I want you to do right now, and this is something that we do all the time here on Morning Coffee, is I want you to look into camera 3 and just give all of the information that you want to give. I'll actually shut up for a couple minutes and let you just say whatever you want to say.
All right. One thing I want everyone to know about the Joshua Harr Shane Foundation is we are very different than other foundations. We are like a family. We are like a group of friends. I will tell you when people come to my events, our events, they will say, wow, I've actually heard this from several people. Everybody here knew each other except for us. And I reply, nobody knows each other. It's just the way our events come off. We're like a family, and they're a lot of fun. St. Patrick's Day is like New Year's Eve in March. It's unbelievable. There's hats and necklaces, you name it, it's there. I hope to see you there. You can go find out more by visiting the Joshua Harr Shane Foundation at www.joshuaharshane.org or emailing us at joshuaharshane@gmail.com. I want to thank Mark very much for having us here today and helping us to spread the word.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
We couldn't do it without everybody who helps. We could never do our foundation without the support and help of so many wonderful people.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, and you're quite welcome. But this is easy for me because it's such a great cause, and it honors such a wonderful young man, and it continues his mission, and I just think it's really special, and I hope that everybody out there, you know, take that extra minute, go check out the website joshuaharshane.org, go on Facebook, search it out. I only had to type in the first few letters; it came right up because it's a popular page on Facebook. I mean, all of the pictures for their events are there, all the information for all the events are there, ways to get involved. It's all there. You just have to search it out, get to it, and get involved because you're going to be glad that you did. You're going to feel good about it because Judy gets to feel good about what she does every day because it's such amazing work, and I just think it's so cool what you do because, again, you're doing it without the fanfare. You're doing it without the look at me mentality. And
I love it. I just love what we do. And like I said, I love every day that everyone helps me keep my son by my side.
Yeah,
I really do.
It's really special. Thank you for coming in this morning.
Thank you
I really
very
appreciate
much.
it.
I
You're
appreciate
quite
it.
welcome. So we got to take another break here on Morning Coffee, but stick around. I think we've got plenty more great stuff coming up. So you're going to have to stay right there, right here on the Radio Vision Network.
Saving your business money is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Tanker Consulting Services, a payment solutions expert, will show you how with a free, detailed, written analysis illustrating your cost savings. We usually uncover savings between 10 and 25%, and sometimes more. We can help your business succeed by providing reliable and secure merchant payment solutions such as merchant services programs, point-of-sale systems, and ATM machines. TCS, one of the leaders in regional credit card processing consulting, offers electronic payments to merchants locally and nationwide through our preferred vendor programs. We work to keep business costs down with a comprehensive suite of quality products, services, and customized credit card processing programs exclusively tailored for your company. TCS is convenient, reliable, and innovative, with customer service available 24/7, 365 days a year. Our in-depth industry knowledge, partnership strategy, and innovative processing solutions allow for a specialized approach to providing merchant bank processing with 100% full fee disclosure. TCS is one-stop shopping for all your merchant services solutions. Our clients save money 100% of the time. Trust Tanker Consulting Services, the knowledgeable, professional, and friendly provider of secure payment services. We set the standard by which others are measured. Call now for a free written analysis. 609-922-0201.